What is up, you guys? Welcome to this video. My name is Luke with Parla English Now. Today I'm here with Maddie. What's up?
Hi guys.
And she's from London, so she's British. I'm from California, so we have a little bit different ways of speaking, as well as our cultures are different. I have more the American culture, obviously, and she has a British culture. And in this video, we wanted to speak only in English about a few of the cultural differences and just differences in general between the two places. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about is kind of the different culture, maybe restaurants, bars, and pubs. So one thing that's different in Britain and different in American as well as Italy is like tipping, della mancia. So when we're in America, you have to tip. For me, it really doesn't make sense that it's like this. Even if the service sucks and it's not good at all, you still have to tip them. The average of what you're supposed to tip is usually 20% of the bill, right? So if your bill cost or your check is $100, you got to give them $20. If they weren't really good, I mean, you could give them a little less, maybe $15. And even if they were awful, if they were really bad, you would still give them like $8 or $10, which is weird, because I know it's usually 12.5% in England. But yeah, so in America, you always tip unless you're in a fast food place or you go and get the food. You're not actually being served. So that's one thing to know. So kind of how is it in England compared to us?
Well, we do tip, but we definitely don't tip as high of a percentage. So 20% probably not, unless you were feeling very, very generous. Normally when you get the bill or check, as you guys say, in the restaurant, it comes with a service charge, and the service charge will be like 10 or 12.5%, normally one of those two. And so that kind of acts as the tip because it's given to the waiters and waitresses.
But you can always like take it away as well.
Yeah.
If you don't
If
want
the service was terrible, you can ask for it to be removed. But we would normally probably leave it.
I think I've only one time when I was in London, I went and I took the service off because I was not happy with the experience. But 99% of the time, we leave it.
Yeah.
Also kind of segueing into, bar culture and restaurant culture as well as going to the pub, or for us, going to the bar. So in America, there's a culture of like we say going to the bar, not going to the pub. You go to the bar usually on weekends or to usually watch a sports game, whether it's basketball or football, like American football, not football with like soccer. To watch a game with friends. I feel like it has like more like a party atmosphere usually. It depends on age group, right? But in general, it's more like kind of like party, drink a lot, kind of like drunk, but still go with your friends in America. That's cool, more the culture. Or you could, if you're more like sophisticated or more low key, maybe you'll go just have like a drink with your friends. But in England, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, we have the pub, which is kind of a British institution. Everyone loves to go to the pub, and it doesn't have to be on a weekend. People will often go during the week, and they will go for after work drinks with their colleagues or maybe their friends as well. Most pubs are quite low-key, and it's not necessarily very upmarket, but it'll be quite relaxed in atmosphere. You'll just go, it'll be fairly quiet sometimes. Normally they serve food as well, so you can get things like fish and chips or a burger. But yes, I feel like there's more of a culture of going to the pub after work or during the week or whatever in the UK.
I feel like all you guys do is drink.
Yes. And we could also go to the pub during the day. Like, for example, you might go to have a pub lunch with your workmates. And then you might have a beer or something at like 12 or 1 p.m. Yeah. So we like the pub, basically.
You guys, last thing that we wanted to mention in this video is kind of how maybe Americans behave or act and interact in comparison with British people. So, for example, Americans might be, I say in general, just like more direct or more forward, and at times maybe even like friendlier because they are more open. I'm not saying British people aren't friendly, but I just think the American is just a little more open, friendlier, like direct vibe than maybe someone in Britain, for example. I mean, what do you think, Maddie?
I think that's probably true. For example, when we go on a train or on the underground, no one will look each other in the eye and no one will say anything to each other. And that's just one example. We don't want to kind of push ourselves onto our neighbors.
And I talk to everyone that I meet like all the time, which is partly a little bit of Luke, me being me, but in general, Americans are more just like talkative and chatty and want to just interact with people. Obviously, not saying everyone that's on a train is talking to every single person, but I think it just
happens
more. That's a little bit more with Americans.
Yeah, I mean, another thing for us is politeness is like a huge thing. Obviously, not that Americans aren't polite, but we're very, very careful about how we interact because we're afraid of, hurting the other person or inconveniencing them. So it's sort of priority number one for us with strangers to kind of respect their boundaries and give them space.
That makes sense. Which obviously we think that too. I just think we just have different ideas of what they might be. Exactly.
The priorities.
Maybe. So I'm just like, hey, what's up, like this or something. Just kidding.
Not on a train.
No, not on a train. That'd be not
awkward.
That'd be not a good move. All right, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously, we only spoke in English. You can go ahead, watch it a bunch of times, over and over and over again. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my page, like the video, share the video with your friends, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Hopefully you liked it, and if there's anything else that you would like to learn or see in another video. And we will see you next time. Thank you again, Maddie, for being here.
You're welcome.
For hanging out. All right, you guys, we will see you next time. See you later. Bye.